So, this is my second day in Roblox, and this time I came prepared. Well, at least I thought I did. After my first day, I realized that Roblox is not about understanding everything instantly. It's about learning slowly, making mistakes, and trying again. So today, I decided I'm going to actually learn how to play. Not just run around randomly, not just follow people for no reason, but actually try to do things the right way. I joined the game and immediately something felt different. I wasn't completely lost anymore. I knew how to move, I knew how to look around, I even knew how to interact a little bit. And for the first time, I felt like I was in control. But that feeling didn't last long, because Roblox always finds a way to surprise you. Today, I had one goal. There was a girl in the game, a small character, clearly in trouble, and I thought to myself, today, I'm going to save her. It sounded simple, too simple, and that should have been my first warning. So, I started carefully. This time, I followed the rules. I didn't rush, I didn't press random buttons. I actually tried to understand what was happening around me. I watched other players, I learned from them, I copied their movements, trying to look like I knew what I was doing. And honestly, for a moment, it was working. I was moving better, reacting faster, making fewer mistakes. But still, something wasn't right, because every time I got closer to my goal, something went wrong. A door I couldn't open, a path I didn't see, a moment where I reacted too late. And just like that, I would lose my chance. Again, and again, and again. I wasn't completely bad anymore, but I wasn't good either. I was somewhere in the middle, learning but not mastering, trying but not succeeding. At one point, I was so close. I could see her, right there, just a few steps away. And I thought, this is it. I've got it this time. But then, everything went wrong. One small mistake, one wrong move, and it was over. Again. I just stood there for a second, looking at the screen, thinking about what just happened. And honestly, it was frustrating, because this time I actually tried. I followed the rules, I paid attention, I improved, but it still wasn't enough. And that's when I realized something important. Getting better doesn't mean you will win immediately. Sometimes you improve, but you still fail. And that's part of the process. So I didn't quit. I didn't leave the game. I didn't say, this is too hard. Instead, I tried again, and again, and again. Each time learning a little more. Each time getting a little closer. But no matter what I did, I still couldn't save her. Not today. Not on my second day. And yeah, that hurt a little, because I really wanted to succeed. But at the same time, I knew something had changed. I was no longer completely lost. I was learning. I was improving. And even though I failed, I was closer than ever before. So, before I left the game, I made a promise. Not to the game, but to myself. Tomorrow, I'm coming back. And next time, I will save her. Because this is not the end. This is just day 2. But I wasn't ready to give up yet. Even after failing again, even after getting so close, something inside me said, try one more time. So I stayed in the game. This time, I slowed down even more. I stopped thinking about winning and started focusing on understanding. Every movement, every obstacle, every small detail that I ignored before now mattered. I began watching everything more carefully. How other players moved, where they stopped, what they avoided. And for the first time, I wasn't just playing the game, I was studying it. At first, it felt strange, because instead of rushing, I was waiting. Instead of reacting, I was predicting. And slowly, things started to make more sense. I noticed patterns, small things I didn't see before, like how certain paths were safer, how timing was important, how one wrong move could change everything. And then I tried again. This time, not as a beginner, but as someone who had learned from their mistakes. I moved forward, carefully, confident but still cautious, and for a moment, it felt like everything was going perfectly. Too perfectly. And that's when I knew something was about to go wrong. Because in Roblox, nothing ever stays perfect for long. And I was right. Out of nowhere, another player appeared, running straight toward me, fast, unpredictable, and suddenly, everything changed. My focus broke, my timing was off, and just like that, I made a mistake. A small one, but in this game, small mistakes are enough. And once again, I failed. I just stood there, looking at the screen, not even surprised anymore, because at this point, failure was part of the process. But this time, it didn't feel the same. I wasn't frustrated. I wasn't angry. I was thinking about what I did wrong, what I could do better, what I needed to change. And that's when I realized I wasn't the same player as before. Before, I was just confused. Now, I was improving, slowly but surely. So I tried again, and again, and again. Each time getting a little better, each time lasting a little longer, each time getting just a little closer to the goal. But no matter how much I improved, I still couldn't save her. Not today. And maybe that's what made it so important. Because if everything was easy, it wouldn't mean anything. So I took a deep breath and accepted it. Day 2 was not my victory, but it was my progress. And sometimes, progress is more important than winning.